Are you a stay-at-home mom and trying to preserve your sanity? I feel you. I am a big believer that every single mom on the planet is a full-time mom. However, as one who has both worked outside the home and one who is currently a stay-at-home homeschool mom of 3, 9, 6, and 2, I understand that there are unique challenges that stay-at-home moms face that are worthy of being addressed and talked about. So I am Hannah Savage, and I want to share with you in this video 6 sanity savers that have helped me as a stay-at-home mom. So number 1 is spending time with Jesus and the Word of God. I know as moms, it can feel like we don't have time to read the Bible and spend time with Jesus. But after 9 years of going through seasons where I was more consistent spending time with him and not spending time with him, in all kinds of different phases where our schedules were changing, we were busier sometime than others, I have come to the conclusion that I do not have time not to spend time with Jesus. That time impacts me so much that it is absolutely worth whatever I need to do less of. If I need to watch less TV, spend less time on social media, whatever I need to do less of. If I need to do it while I'm preparing dinner, if I need to do it in the morning, if I need to do it after my kids are in bed at night, right before I drift off to sleep, whenever that is, I have found that I just don't have time not to do it. I need that strength from God. I need His wisdom. I need His love. And so that would be my first tip for you. Number 2 would be to just consider, I know for myself, I can try to tackle a whole bunch of areas at once. Habits on all of these different areas. I've got to come up with a new organization system for the laundry. Oh, and I got to clean up that area in the back deck. And I know as moms, we can constantly have lists that are going on. We're tending to our homes. We're trying to take care oftentimes of seems like everything at once. I would just encourage you to look on one major area to focus on at a time. And that goes with number 3, really looking at what are the big pain points that are keeping you from being able to function at your best as a stay-at-home mom. For me, right now, the biggest area that I am working on is my family's nutrition and meal planning, groceries, that sort of thing. Not my strength at all. If it is yours, kudos to you. Maybe you can send me some tips in the comments below. But that is an area that I struggle with. And so I am really putting some laser focus on that area because I'm determined to grow. I'm determined to get us all eating the same meals and to try to help my family be nutritious. But if I tried to tackle all the things at once, it would be completely overwhelming. Other major pain points are things like, I can't necessarily organize everything in my home right now. We moved into our house about 6 months ago, and there are still boxes that need to be done. Our living areas are settled, but our basement is a disaster. I can't tackle everything at once. But what I can do is put mail away when it comes in so it doesn't just look like a pile. What I can do is actually put the clean clothes away. Try to put them away instead of letting them stay in the basket. There are certain things that I can do. I can make my bed in the morning, which takes like 15 seconds. And there's something about just walking by it that just makes me feel like even if everything else is gonna go to shambles, you know how it is. You clean your living room 3 times and it gets messed up 5 times by the end of the day and it looks like you did nothing. That at least I made my bed and I can crawl into a made bed at night. Those sort of things, I mean, what do you think? I think that they help preserve some sanity. And number 4 is just don't compare. It's really easy to look at Pinterest and Instagram and go like, oh yeah, I want to make homemade yogurt like this person and homemade bread. And oh yeah, I need to take my kids to all these field trips and workshops and like just have this enormous list of things that we want to accomplish that were all done by different people. People that had to choose that they weren't going to do other things. And so realizing and being careful about comparing, because anytime you see someone doing something, there's something else they're not doing. And oftentimes we don't see that side of the coin. So every family is different. Every family has unique challenges. So just start where you are. Don't fall into the comparison trap. Let what other people are doing inspire you instead of making you feel bad. Because none of us like to feel bad, right? Number 5 is focus on what you can do instead of what you can't do. I think that something that can be really sneaky that I have experienced as a stay-at-home mom is feeling like a victim at times. And when I say victim, I don't mean like victimized in a serious way, but just not empowered or disadvantaged in some way. I know I'm starting to get really inspired about homemaking several years back, or there were some things I was wanting to do with my kids, and at the time finances were extremely tight and there just weren't things we were able to do. And God just really started showing me during that time to like highlighting to me things I could do that were small, that didn't take much money. One of the things I did, I really wanted to start a tea time with my kids. And so, but we didn't have any tea sets. So I was thinking about it, and we ended up going to the thrift store on the 50% off day and ended up scoring an entire tea set with saucers and cups and all of that sort of thing for like $3. And so it was a tradition we were able to introduce into our home, and we've continued it since then. We've broken some of the plates and need to replace some of them, but we know where to do it next time, right? At the thrift store. So number 6 is use your gifts. I'll put a link below in the show description about an article that I wrote on my website at hannahsavage.com about daring to delight in the trenches of motherhood. But what is a gift? What is something that you're really passionate about that maybe you've put to the side as a mom? Maybe you like to paint. Maybe you like to write. Maybe you're interested in sports. What is one small way you can start to use that gifting again? Maybe doesn't look the same as it did in a prior season, but maybe if you think about it, there might be a way that you can kind of get that back into your life in some form or fashion, in a way that you're able to use your gifts and just really feel like that's a life-giving thing you're able to do. And lastly, just remember, this season won't last long. The days are long, but the years are so short. And I keep hearing that from all the sweet, older seasoned women in my life. And I know it's true. One of my husband and my favorite songs is a country song about "You're Gonna Miss This." And it kind of goes as a theme song in my mind when I'm feeling overwhelmed, when I'm not, when I feel like things would just hurry up or get on to the next season where I could sleep more. It kind of just anchors me to remember that the years really do go by quickly, and that I want to savor these moments and not try to rush through them. I hope that encouraged you today. Cheers to all of you moms out there in the trenches. It's worthy work, it's holy work, and it's amazing what you do. Until next time, let's go home and change the world.